David R. Guttery is an investment advisory representative of Emeritus Investment Corporation and president of Keystone Financial Group in Trussville, Alabama. Please stay tuned through the end of the video for additional important disclosure information.
Welcome everyone. Today I'm joined by David Guttery, president of Keystone Financial Group in Trussville, to talk again about how the life lessons of sports can be applied to objective-driven investing. How are you today, David?
Doing
We're
well.
glad to have you. Well, over the last 3 months, we've talked about how you've coached basketball for 15 years and that parallels exist between playing basketball and successful objective-driven investing. With which sports parallel will we conclude this series of videos today?
There are only a few inarguable axioms in life. One that is particularly applicable to both basketball and objective-driven investing is that pearls of great price aren't to be had for the asking. Bryant once put it this way by saying, "The price of victory is high, but so are the rewards." When I'm coaching a basketball team, I will not allow my players to be satisfied with anything less than their absolute best effort. Within previous videos, we've talked about what it means to give 100% and outworking yesterday. This is the sacrifice that comes with chasing pearls of great price. On the basketball court, everyone can't be a league champion. There can only be one. That champion is generally the team that dedicated itself to practice, effort, being mentally tough, and doing many other things to be the best team that it could throughout the season. Well, that means that less time is available for video games and other leisure activities. If the goal of being a champion is worth pursuing, then you'll give it 100% of your best effort, and often that comes at the expense of other things you would rather be doing. In November, as we're beginning the season, it's impossible to imagine the feeling of cutting down a net in February. But in February, when you're full of adrenaline and you're standing on the ladder cutting the net down, all of the work, all of the effort, all of the sacrifice becomes worth it when you realize the goal that took 3 months to achieve. Such can be said of every goal worth pursuing in life as well.
David, you've come up with yet another fantastic parallel between life and basketball. So please elaborate on the parallels between chasing pearls of great price and successful objective-driven investing.
Sure. If the realization of investment objectives is your championship, then it will require effort, sacrifice, and dedication throughout the season. The basketball team wins a league championship 1 quarter at a time, 1 game at a time, and over the course of a season. Retirement objectives will be realized with each weekly deferral into a 401k over months and years between now and retirement. That's your season. As with basketball, great players never take a minute off while they're on the court. They are focused and dialed into every minute of play as they execute the offensive and defensive game plan. Investors should also be guided by a financial game plan that is developed by working with a financial coach. While on the court of life, championship investors stay focused on the long-term outcome while rising above the minute-by-minute noise of the game. This will require sacrifice. Players on my team sacrifice leisure for additional practice time as we pursue a net in February. Objective-driven investors also sacrifice by living within their means and not spending frivolously, and remain disciplined within the constraints of a budget as they allocate long-term funds into investment strategies. Recently, the media cited a survey that suggested 23% of wage-earning Americans may never fully retire. Maybe some of those persons would just prefer to work because they love what they do for a living. However, many of these persons will likely never retire because they can't, and partly because they chose not to sacrifice in the short term for the benefit of winning the championship of retirement in the long term. Retirement on your terms, with a comfortable income and the ability to travel and with a desired standard of living, is a pearl of great price. It is not to be had for the asking. It will not just materialize. It must be earned, and earned through hard work, dedication, and sacrifice over the season leading up to the day when you cut the net down. As an advisor, I am here to help my clients envision that goal at the beginning of the season and develop a game plan to navigate them to the top of that ladder.
Well, that's a great analogy. Nothing worth having on the basketball court or in life is ever obtained easily.
Exactly. Pearls of great price are not to be had for the asking. I am here to help my clients remain focused on the net that we're trying to cut down years from now as they put forth the effort today to achieve that dream.
David, as always, thanks so much for joining us. For additional information, David may be reached through the means listed upon the following screen. For the Trustful Tribune, I'm Brandon Dawkins.
David R. Guttery independently offers securities and investment advisory services through Ameritas Investment Corporation, member FINRA and SIPC. AIC and Keystone Financial Group are not affiliated. Additional products and services may be available through David R. Guttery or Keystone Financial Group that are not offered through AIC. Some of the products and concepts discussed have their own cost and are subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. These costs and risk will be thoroughly discussed with you prior to any recommendation or solicitation. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. Information provided is gathered from sources believed to be reliable. However, we cannot guarantee their accuracy.